Hey guys, back again. Now I've done these videos before, but it's been a long time ago and they've kind of gotten lost down into the files and algorithms of YouTube. So I'm going to redo them. I've also got better camera equipment now. Plus I'm using UV lights to kind of make this line glow a little better so you can see what I'm doing. But in this video, what I'm going to do is show you how I tie my leaders, how I make my leaders. I'm going to use a no Snell knot, and I'm going to use a Palomar knot. And I'm going to show you how to do all of that and how I tie them knots and end up with my leader. So, we're going to start off. This is a 8/0 circle hook. I usually use bent shank. This is a straight shank, but it'll work for the video. Usually on straight shank hooks, I usually just tie a Palomar knot here. But for the video, I'm gonna do the no Snell. What I'll do is pull out some line, couple feet. Couple of feet of line. Okay, what I'll do, first thing I do is put my hook on. I run the line through the front of the hook, through the front of the eyelet, like so. Lay it on the back of the hook and just pinch it with my finger there like that. Now what I'll do is just grab this. I'll call this the main line. I'll grab this main line and just wrap it around like so. Hopefully that's picked it up. I don't know why this focus is getting really weird, but anyways, I'll do it like this. I usually do it 10-15 times. For the video I probably won't do that, and I make sure that I push it up on the hook. Keep it pushed up there. Here in a minute I'll shut the lights off and just have UV lights and you'll be able to see it better. Okay, now I stop my wrap with what I'm going to call the main line hanging off the back of the hook like so. And then I'll take this other end and run it through the back of the eyelet. Right like that. Give it a good pull. And that is a snelled hook now. It will not come loose, and it actually gives it a trigger effect. It does it better on a bent shank hook, but it'll also work on these. I mean, it gives it a little trigger hinge kind of, and where that point is, it actually sets that a little better when you set it. And you don't snatch it, obviously. You just start reeling with these. When you start reeling, that'll hook in, hook up, and you got your fish. No snatching, no setting the hook or doing no crazy stuff. Okay, now what we'll do, we've got our hook tied on. Now we're gonna fold this like so. Take our barrel swivel. It's a little bit smaller than what I normally use, but for this video we're gonna go ahead and use it. Slide this through the eye, one end of the barrel swivel, like so. Make a loop. Run this back through the loop. run the swivel itself, or the barrel swivel itself, back through that tag end. Now we'll wet it with our mouth. Okay, it's all wet. Now all we got to do is pull it taut. Like so. Okay. Now we can cut this tag end off. Now that's the leader. Kind of zoom the camera out there a little. This is 50-pound test Berkeley big game. I usually use 30, but for the video I used this heavier line and these UV lights so you could actually see what was going on. But that is it. That's how I tie my leaders for catfishing. Now I'll shut the lights off and I'll tie another one with just UV lights so you can see it a little better. Okay, now I've turned the lights off and just have UV light going. Hopefully the camera picks it up decent. I don't know. But here is, I don't know what I've got on my hand that's glowing. Here's the hook. So we'll run the line through the front of the eye. Like so. Pinch it down on the back of the hook. Now we'll take this, we'll call this the main line. We'll take this and wrap it. You know, I usually do, like I say, I usually do about 10 times or so. But for the video here I won't. Stop on the back of the hook. Now run the other end through the back of the eyelet. So the first time you go through the front, the second time you go through the back. Pull it taut. Kind of make sure all your wraps are pushed up towards your eyelet. Pull it all good and taut. And there we have a snelled hook. No knot snell. There is no knot there. These are fast, easy to tie. Once you get it down, I can whip these things together really fast. Usually guys that I'm fishing with are like, what knot was that? You know, they're like, you're tying knots way faster and getting your bait back in the water and stuff way faster. And then, of course, I'll show them the knot, but that's a fast way to tie. Okay, now take my barrel swivel, which you probably can't see in this no light, but I fold my line, pinch it up here. Sometimes I gotta use my teeth to kind of bite it down to fit in the eyelet. Run it through the barrel swivel eye, like so. Make a loop. Run this through here, through the back. Pull the barrel swivel through that. Kind of push it all up this way. So you end up with something like this. wet it, and pull it taut. Cut off the tag end. And that is a Palomar knot. Alright, now we have a snelled circle hook, and we can also cut this tag line here off if you want, if you don't want that in the way. I usually don't. I usually leave them there. It doesn't affect the bite to me. But we have a Palomar on our barrel swivel and a no knot Snell on the hook. And that would be our leader. I roll these up, roll them up and put them in my box for if I break off or snag up, you know, or something. I'm already pre-tied. I can tie these onto my main line, set up my rig, and keep fishing. Don't have to stop. And I'll tie one here like I normally would in a boat. Of course, I don't get in a big race, but run it through here like this. That's ready to fish. It's ready to go. Put some bait on and toss it in the water. Once you tie it on your rod. But the hook itself is not coming loose. That's a tough knot. Alright guys, there is how I tie my leaders. Fast, easy. Once you do these 2 knots, you start learning them. Boom, boom, boom. They tie really fast. If I run out of leaders or I forget to tie leaders and put them in my box, I can tie these up in the boat super fast. A lot faster than what a lot of guys can set their rigs back up. But I've done this a long time too. I've practiced it, I've worked with it, I've done it a lot, and do it in a moving boat, do it in the dark. I don't have to have light to tie these. But that's it. I hope it worked. I know I've done this video before, like I said, but it's been several years back. I had older camera equipment, crappy audio equipment. I didn't have UV lights to show how, you know, maybe that helps a little. I don't know if turning on the UV lights and shutting off the lights helps any at all, but worth a try. Maybe you can see a little something that you've missed with the lights on. But I hope this helps you guys. And keep those lines tight. Remember, it's not what you can spend or how much you can spend. It's about the memories you make.